Yo, yo, yo. Here's another quick shorty. Right, how do you tell if your water pump seal's gone? Right then. How's your water pump seal gone? Right, so obviously you've got water in it, yeah? And you're losing it somewhere, and you're getting a leak down the bottom here. So you look down. And you notice there's a little, just here, there's a little hole. Alright, so I'll show you where that goes, right? Obviously when the water pump seal goes, just behind the seal is bearings, so that's when it gets a bit messy, you know, you could seize it up. So this is a Piaggio Gilera case. There's that little hole. Alright, see where it goes. Just goes up there, yeah, through there. So when the case is on, there's a little way, a little passage for water to come out. Okay, and if you look further into it, imagine the engine case is up like this. You've got another little hole here, a little groove, and this is where the water pump sits, right? So that little groove goes all the way up to the top, just to where the seal, basically where the seal is. And what that is, right, there's your water pump, there's your impeller, your seal, your bearing, there's a little spacer there, another bearing. These are held in with circlips. And then you got, this is where the belt goes, the drive belt, which connects to your crankshaft. So that stuff will all be in there. Then you got your oil pump on the end, right? So as you can imagine, if the seal goes, right, then it's going to lock these two bearings up. And by locking these two bearings up, it's not going to spin. And it's going to result in this snapping, which overall stops your oil pump working, stops your water pump working, and the mad thing is the engine will still run. So you probably seize it, I don't know, as soon as that starts to run out, you're going to seize it. So what you want to look out for is to keep an eye on that little weep hole. If ever any water leaks out there, you know it's an oil seal. It's the water seal. It's not actually a hard fix, because you can take all of this. This all removes anyway, and you're left with this sticking out the engine in there. Okay. Now if you take the other side of the water elbow off, put a little 8mm in. A little 8mm socket, because that's in the other side. As you can imagine, that just sits in there. And then you just put a pair of pliers on here, a pair of grips on the square edges of this. You can undo it. It's left hand thread as well, so it's do up to undo. And yeah, you can undo it. What you want to do is try and keep the socket on the other side so the impeller stays there, you know, because otherwise you'll be looking for it after. Because that impeller there actually sits inside the engine. To change that, you do have to change the engine. So as long as this isn't broke, you're sound. And then the seal, obviously, you can pull the seal out this way, clean the hole up, you know. One thing I like to do as well is I like to pack this centre bit here out with grease. Absolutely pack it so it's flush. Just keeps it a bit of lube, you know. But yeah, as you can see, the seal's here, so the water all sits this side. The water is all sitting this side, and if any of the water goes through the seal, it's going to go through the bearings, through the races. It won't be that long before you start getting problems. Just so yeah, that just sits in there. And there's a little weep hole at the bottom. That's where the water comes out, and it just follows its way down, and then out there. Gravity does its job, really. So that's that. And this is actually on most engines. I mean, I reckon near enough every liquid cooled engine. I've got nothing round to show you at the moment. But yeah, most of them on the side of the water pump, there's a little tiny weep hole just past the seal. And that's how you tell, really. If you've got any questions, give us a shout. I'm going to do some little short videos. I'll probably update this one in future or something. Might, when I actually go to change one, I might do a video of it. But yeah, just a little yeah, that's another thing as well. Don't fill that hole. I've had people come in before, they filled this hole and this hole with silicone. That's the worst thing you can do. You fill that hole there with silicone, you're just gonna, you know, all the water's gonna sit in there. Anyway, you get it. Peace out.